are going to see superposition theorem. Statement for the superposition theorem: in a linear circuit having two or more independent sources, the total response in an element is equal to the algebraic sum of the responses obtained. Okay, the algebraic sum of the responses obtained while each of the sources considered, making the other sources to be zero. Suppose in a circuit I have three sources. Okay, so how many steps we require? We need to find I dash, I double dash, and I triple dash. So I dash in the sense only keeping your first source, removing the second and the third source. And then I double dash in the sense keeping your second source and you have to remove the first and third. Triple dash in the sense you have to keep the third source, remove your first and second sources. So for each of the steps, after removing your sources, you need to find what is the current or the voltage, what is asked in your question. In question, they will mention find the current through 2 ohm resistor using superposition theorem. In the sense, for each of the steps, you have to find what is the current in the 2 ohm resistor. Okay, and then at last you have to add all your currents. I dash plus I double dash plus I triple dash will give you the total current across that branch. If the direction is opposite in each of the step, accordingly you have to subtract it. And what is the advantage of the superposition theorem is we are considering only one source at a time, right? Suppose I have an AC source, two AC sources in my circuit, and both the AC sources are having different frequency. One is F1 and another one is F2. We can solve that problem only by superposition theorem. Right. In the case of AC analysis, if we have the sources with different frequencies, we can opt for superposition theorem because even though we have different frequencies, we are going to consider only one source at a time. Right. So that frequency will not affect your value. Whereas we can't solve the same two frequency based problem with the other theorems. We have to go only for superposition theorem. That is the advantage of superposition theorem. But at the same time, the drawback in superposition theorem is it's lengthier. Okay, if we have three sources, we need to do three times mesh analysis to find the current. Okay, it seems to be very lengthier. If you are removing voltage source, you have to short it. If you are removing current source, you have to open it. Now, which is your load? 1 ohm, right? For each of the step, you need to find what is the current flowing through this 1 ohm. That represents your I dash currents. Okay. Now, what is step one? We have two sources, right? And both are of independent sources. We need to consider only one source. So, first, let me consider voltage source and I am going to remove the current source, right? And then I will be finding out what is the current through your 1 ohm resistor that is equal to I dash, right? And step two, what we have to do? At step two, we need to keep your 5 ampere and you have to remove your 2-volt source. Then again, you need to find what is the current through this 1 ohm. That will give you I double dash. Then at last, you have to add both. Step 1, keep your voltage source alone. Voltage source is equal to 2 volt and current source, remove current source. Since it is current source, how you have to remove it? By open circuiting, right? The all other elements will remain same. I have removed the current source 5 ampere by open circuiting. So this is 1, 2, 2, and this will be your 2 volt. Now find what is the current here. You can either use mesh analysis or you can reduce and find what is the total current and then apply current division rule, or you can use KVL, or we can go for Thevenin or Norton. Okay, there are number of ways to find the current through 1 ohm. So whichever you feel it's easier, you can use that. How many meshes are there?
Two measures.
Two meshes. So let me take this current as I1 and in the second mesh let it be I2. Now frame the R matrix, then I1, I2. What about V1?
minus
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
V2? Yes. V2?
0.
0. Find what is I2 from this.
Minus 0.5.
So I2 is equal to the first source current through your load. So let me take it as I dash, which is equal to minus 0.5 ampere. Okay, now this is your step 1. We got I dash. And what about the current? It flows downward through your 1 ohm, right? Now let me do step 2. What you have to do for step 2? You have to remove your voltage source by short circuiting, and then you have to keep your current source as such. So you have to remove your voltage source by short circuiting, keep all other elements and the current source also. Now find what is the current flowing through your 1 ohm, that is equal to I double dash. Use current division rule. That what about the 2 and 2 ohm? What about this 2 and 2 ohm?
They are in parallel,
They
ma'am.
are in parallel. Yes. So we can reduce it further. What is the answer? 2 into 2 parallel, right? So 2 plus 2, which is equal to 1 ohm. Right. So now if this is the current 5 ampere, what will be the current now in 1 ohm? Because both 1 ohm and 1 ohm, they are equal, right? So current will equally divide. So what is the current now? I double dash 2.5. Right. So your source is of 5 ampere and both the branches are having 1 ohm which are equal. So the current will equally divide between those branches. So we know I double dash is equal to 2.5 ampere. Here also the direction is downward, right? And in the first case also it's going to be downward. So what we have to do, since both the directions are same, we will just add, right? So what is step 3? Step 3 is I through your 1 ohm is equal to I dash plus I double dash. What is I dash? Minus 0.5 ampere. What is I double dash? Plus 2.5 ampere. So which is equal to 2 ampere is the current flowing through your 1 ohm resistor.